After weeks of massive trade deals, President Trump's tariff deadline is here. The White House releasing a new list of updated tariffs that will go into effect next week. Some countries faring better than others. The Big Money Show co-host Brian Brandenburg is here. Who better than you, my friend? Whoa! You got the band playing for you. That's rare, baby.
How about that?
Let's start with the executive order for those countries that did not reach a deal with us.
Yep.
My take on this is, if we were able to get the EU to cut a deal with us, quite frankly, completely on our terms, we won that deal, and that's clear. What leverage do the countries of Syria, Laos, Burma, also known as Myanmar, and Switzerland think they have over us?
Well, they don't have any leverage. That's why they're getting these high rates. For the countries, look, those are not the big fish in the pond here. Okay, they got high rates, I think, for different reasons. Switzerland at 39. They're a big pharma country, and the president wants to see lower pharma prices. So I think he's trying to put the squeeze there. They got the Roche, Novartis stuff. Laos is really aligned with China. So I think this is one where the president's saying, you've been doing a lot of Chinese-funded infrastructure projects. You're really kind of in hock with them. You got to stop that. You're going to get a high tariff if you're going to align with China. So different reasons for those. But the good news here is, for the vast majority of countries on that list, they got 15%, which is way lower than what we were talking about before. And I think for a lot of them, they're just saying, okay, we can live with this. We can deal with 15%. And for Americans doing business with them, the same thing. 15% is not that prohibitive number like we saw on April 2nd. So to me, the big story here is the numbers are way lower than a lot of people feared. Markets are a little down this morning, pre-market, but I suspect it's going to be kind of a general sigh of relief. For the countries that didn't get a deal, Mexico, Canada still out there. I think those are going to be bigger negotiations and take a little bit longer, but the president's putting the pressure on Canada. He's at 35%. So he wants a deal. He wants them to come to the table. Lots to figure out there.
What about India? Do we get a deal with India today?
Today? I don't know about today. I think we'll get a deal with them. But the president's not happy with India. And, India is one of those countries that kind of flirted with sort of the BRICS thing for a while. And they've sort of been aligned across the world, let's say, with different actors. And the president's saying, get aligned with us, get on board, open your market. So that's another one where there's big potential. You see, where there's the biggest potential, that's where he's kind of turning up the heat the most. That's why he's doing it with India. So will it come today? I don't think so. Will it come soon? Yeah, I think so, because India, like a lot of these other countries, needs a deal with us.
The big story on this to me is the fact that all these prognosticators of doom and gloom said they were right, and that we were all going to be walking around this country with our pockets empty, change falling. It was going to be a disaster. We were all going to be poor. And yet that turned out not to be the case.
Right.
And look who's given the president credit. One, Jamie Dimon. Watch this.
We started tariffs, we didn't know what they're going to be, and now we kind of know, and they're more moderate and thoughtful and more carefully done, and hopefully they'll help some companies export. Maybe some people move manufacturing back here. So so far so good.
Once again, Brian, did Donald J. Trump see something that none of these so-called best and brightest economists, CEOs, all the leaders of industry failed to see? Because it seems to me Donald Trump saw it and all those other guys missed it, and we're doing okay.
Well, I think they missed it because they thought that his opening bid was somehow going to be where he ended up, and he's a negotiator, right? So he came in strong, but his vision was this: get some tariff revenue, open up the rest of the world to our stuff, and get to a point where we can prosper. And look, these other countries can do fine as well. So I think the doom people didn't like Donald Trump mostly, and they wanted to find, kind of a cudgel to beat him over the head with. But Jamie Dimon got it exactly right. It's turned out pretty well. The economy's in pretty good footing. We need some things to happen. We need some of these deals to get done. We need interest rates to come down a little bit. But if you can make that happen, plus the tax cuts, second half of the year, you've got a lot of great potential.
And let's also not forget that one of the things that these trade deals are going to do is onshore industry. And yes, I understand what the left says. You can't build a factory in a week. Understood. But my timeline, I'm sure your timeline, a lot of our timelines, is not a week. We want something for our children. And that's what Donald Trump is going to provide.
You can't do it in a week, but when you're motivated, you can do it pretty darn fast these days, actually. So it wouldn't surprise me if some of the onshoring happens faster than a lot of the critics say. Look, when the incentives are there, the money's flowing, and there's opportunity, businesses find a way. That's what the tariff conversation has proven. So right now, I think the U.S. is in a pretty good shape, and there's a lot of countries around the world right now saying the deal's okay. The U.S. economy is saying the deal's okay. Investors are saying the deal's okay. You know, we're in a pretty good spot.
I'm glad we talked to you about this trade deadline, because the trade deadline in baseball for your Minnesota Twins did not go as well. That was a mean dig. I shouldn't have done that, because you came in here early, and I appreciate it.
They basically sold the entire team.
Brian Bradberg, thank you, my
for reminding me of that.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.